might have heard his comedy albums Fart Safari and Fart Safari 2. An album so nice he named it twice. He has a new sports podcast coming out called The 69th Base. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our good buddy Doug Millard!
Yeah, thanks everybody. I flew in yesterday, and I fly a lot, and I know you're not going to believe this, but my favorite airline is Southwest. One person almost clapped. It's the best, and here's why. Southwest has open seating, which means they have a 3-tier boarding system, A, B, and C group. And if you are A1, that means you get to sit anywhere on the plane. And that's the seat that everybody covets. You're kind of by yourself for a minute. It's great. But that's not the seat I want. I like A2 because that means I get to sit next to the stranger in A1 that was so excited about it and act very enthusiastic, you know, just so pumped up like, oh man, I'm tickled pink. I ain't never been on a choo-choo in the sky before. I'm so scared. Will you hold my hand? We're gonna be best friends. My mama's the president of ice cream. Like, just get weird, you know? And watch all the Fast and the Furious movies out loud on your computer the whole flight. Offer massages, take pictures, all that. And then, like, right as you land, just turn to him, kind of break character and say, can you believe I'm the air marshal? Oh, man. Yeah. It's awesome. They give me a gun. It's great. I have a dog. You might even say the best dog. Penny, my wife and I. People know Penny. She's great. She's awesome. Penny's life mission is to catch a squirrel. She loves chasing squirrels. That's her favorite thing. And, you know, we've encouraged this her whole life since we've had her, you know. Like, if we're taking her for a walk and she sees a squirrel, we're like, Penny, get the squirrel. And she'll, like, run after the squirrel and, like, tree it, and then she'll just stare up and think about that squirrel for the next 6 months. She loves it. And this whole time we've had her, we just assumed that if she caught a squirrel, she'd maybe, worst case, put it in her mouth, be totally confused, look at us like, what do I do now? And then spit it out. But boy, were we wrong. Because recently, Penny got a squirrel. She fucked it up. She whipped it around by the neck like a little rag doll. And, oh man, and we are animal people. It was making noises we can't unhear. They are in my dreams. By the way, those noises, it sounds like just like all of her squeaky toys. Like, so that means if you own a dog, all those squeaky toys, that little cute sound, that's not cute. That's the sound of murder. And your dog loves it. If you were smaller, your dog would eat you, for sure. So she whips it around, and we're like terrified, and we don't want the squirrel to die. So we're just yelling, Penny, no, Penny, bad! And Penny spits it out. The squirrel limps off into the forest, presumably to die very slowly. We did not do that squirrel any solids. We should have let her finish the job. And then we noticed Penny has her tail between her legs, and that's when we realized we have ruined Penny's life from here forward because she, like, had just accomplished her life's mission, and we were like, fuck you! What is wrong with you? After we'd always say, Penny, get the squirrel, you know? That's like if you had a baby and the whole baby's life, they wanted to be an astronaut. They're the first person up on Mars, and as soon as they get there, you radio in, get off that goddamn planet. We're bad dog parents. Here's a fun trick you can play on a Lyft driver. This is great. You can try this tonight if you're drinking. What you do, if you call a Lyft and the Lyft driver isn't from this country and they're playing music from their home country and you don't understand it, with modern technology, you can Shazam the lyrics, like Shazam the song, Google the lyrics, and within seconds, you can sing along to that song. And if you're as white as I am, they're like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm like, Mongolian hip hop, that's my jam, dude. I recently stayed in a hotel that offered the amenity of a companion fish. That's a real thing. A companion fish for people that are so lonely they can't make human friends. And they need a fish ordered to their room. I hate to break it down like this, but if you were to order that fish because you're really sad, that sadness is only going to be amplified the second that fish shows up. The suicide rate on that amenity is like 100%, for sure. For both the human and the fish. Like, in that scenario, I almost feel worse for the fish. Because they have to hear conversations that humans don't want to hear. It's just like, oh, I had another dream about folding my pants again. Like, whatever. Like, fish is dead. I just got married a little while back, which means every 10 seconds we are asked, when are the babies coming? You know? That's a fun question to be asked every 10 seconds. And the truth is they're not. And a lot of people get really weird. A lot of people get weird about it, you know? And so we don't really know how to stop this from, happening. So we've been trying to figure out a way to just cut it off forever in one mass social media post. You know, kind of like an anti-birth announcement, you know? And so we've figured it out. What we're gonna do, we're gonna get, it's gonna be like a gender reveal, but instead of pink and blue balloons, we're gonna have black balloons with little red X's, and we're gonna have big old smiles on our faces, and we're gonna be holding stacks of cash we're gonna save. With brochures from all the countries we're gonna visit. It's gonna be awesome. That is my mom's least favorite joke. That's how she found out we're not having kids. I like to be transparent with audiences, so I'm just going to be very honest with you guys and tell you guys something very embarrassing right now, and here it is. Guys, I have no idea who J.D. Power and Associates are. Like, no clue. I don't know who that guy is. It sounds like a fake name to me. It sounds like a kid trying to get in a bar, and like the bouncer's like kind of like humoring him for a second, like, what's your name, kid? J.D. Power? And then no. And his associates, so vague. That's what? So I was embarrassed by this, not knowing this. So I did a little research, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but in 2013, J.D. Power went to prison for 18 months for having sex with a horse. Right? You guys didn't know this?
18 real months?
That's because it didn't happen. It is not, I made that up, but I think we all learned a lesson, which is, we didn't know that, so the next time you buy a car, don't listen to some possible horse fucker's opinion. Just follow your gut. I always get a little bit tense during that joke because I'm worried he's gonna be like in the audience somehow. like I am J.D. Power, and I do fuck horses.